Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Scorebook Stories. What a great week of baseball we had. In my opinion, I think it was an absolutely great week. A lot of fun stuff to watch, a lot of disappointing stuff to watch all at the same time, which that's typically just how baseball is. Either way, today, as I'm starting recording, the finals for the Little League World Series has just wrapped up. The Asian Pacific region, Chinese Taipei, is the Little League World Series champions. Congratulations to Asia Pacific on an amazing tournament, an incredible run, several shutouts the entire time at this tournament. Las Vegas was unbelievable as well, all the way up until that final game. They just could not hit Lin Chinsei. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. I feel really bad, but it was still an incredible game. They played really well. All of the kids really did a great job. The Nevada pitcher who started the game just really struggled to find the strike zone, and the Asian Pacific team was just very disciplined at the plate and did a lot of really great work at the plate and defensively to make sure that they put themselves in the best position to win all the way through. Unbelievable game. Final score of 7-0 in favor of the Asian Pacific region. Looking over into the MLB side of things, a lot of call-ups happened this week. Some debuts. Carson Williams got his first taste of the big leagues, the number one prospect for the Rays organization. He's 22 years old, plays shortstop, showed a lot of success early on. Went 2 for 4 in his debut with a single and a home run, 3 RBIs. Defensively, he was very solid. 1 put out, 7 assists, no errors. I think he's very reliable. He's going to be a very good shortstop for a very long time, in my opinion. And he's going to be a pretty solid fixture in that Rays organization at the shortstop position up the middle of the infield. I think he is definitely going to be a huge factor in this Rays team and how they're going to play moving forward. But I also like that the Rays brought him up and had him make his debut in a home game, because he gets to see some MLB pitching without the pressure of a full MLB stadium. I think it was a nice, easy transition. I think it was a little smoother of a transition to the big leagues for Williams. So I think that was a really good idea for them to do that. Not that they did it intentionally, but I still think that definitely was a factor in him having a very successful debut. Somebody else who made their debut this past week was Bubba Chandler, the top pitching prospect for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They called him up, made his MLB debut out of the bullpen. I'm not happy about it. Not happy at all about this. And Bubba Chandler's a starter. Like, he's a starting pitcher. Why are the Pirates putting him in the bullpen? It just doesn't make any sense to me. He's proven that he can be a starter, and he's taken on that starter role and been very dominant since he struck out. I mean, in his debut, he struck out 3, allowed 0 runs on 2 hits. I mean, I just it's not a good look when you have a top prospect like Bubba Chandler and you're going to bring him up to put him in the bullpen. I don't think it's going to be beneficial. Since he took over as a starting pitcher in A ball instead of being a shortstop / relief pitcher, he has flown through the minors, focusing on just pitching, focusing on his velocity, focusing on his movement, on his stuff, and it's great. He is doing incredibly well. He was playing unbelievably down in the minors as well. Of late, he has struggled over the past couple weeks down in AAA, but still, he was seeing a lot of success. In AAA this season, he has 121 strikeouts to 53 walks, only allowing 8 home runs and 45 earned runs. That's great pitching. I think that is really good pitching. Through 100 innings pitched, he's allowed he's faced 442 batters, allowed 95 hits. Great pitching. Has a 4.05 ERA. He has 5 wins, 6 losses in AAA. Now in the MLB, he has a save because they threw him in at the end of the game. I really don't like this. He's proven he's a starter. I think they should sit down Johan Oviedo and let Bubba start. Oviedo has a 4.5 ERA. What's it going to hurt to skip him for a start and let Bubba Chandler get a start in the rotation in the big leagues? I really don't think it's going to hurt anything. The Pirates are out of the playoffs. They have to basically go undefeated the rest of the season to make the playoffs. No MLB team is going to be undefeated from today to the end of the season. It's not happening. It's not going to be possible. Let Bubba Chandler start. Let him start. He's your number one starting pitching prospect. Let him start. I don't care who you got to sit down. The other option is you could run a 5-man rotation around Paul Skeens' starts. Have Paul Skeens continue to start on his regular rotation, his scheduled time, and in between, you go through a 5-man rotation. So someone's getting skipped once through the rotation every single time. Like that would be another option you could do, because Skeens is not somebody that you just throw into a 6-man rotation and let it ride. That's not something that they should be doing at all. But Bubba Chandler needs to be a starter. If the Pirates are not going to use him as a starter, send him back to AAA and let him continue to start and throw multiple innings, because getting ready to come in the 8th or 9th inning is a different process for a pitcher than getting ready to go to start the game. It's completely different, and it's a different approach. You could be coming in with people on base. It's not the same thing, and he is a starter. Let him start. Bottom line. The Baltimore Orioles, they have extended Samuel Basallo, which was very surprising to me. The Orioles signed Samuel Basallo to an 8-year, $67 million extension, and Basallo is hitting right now in the majors 238, 273, and 333 through his 6 games. He has 5 hits, 5 RBIs. This is a pretty big deal for the Orioles front office, because Basallo has been the goal for a number of years since he signed in 2021. It's been their goal to really build the farm system and their international signings around Samuel Basallo. He was the plan, that he was the groundwork. That's what they were building for. And now they got him in the majors through 2033. So now this, even more so than I thought last week, this really puts the future of Adley Rutschman in an Orioles uniform in question. Genuinely does. I think it's going to be tough for them to manage both of these guys on the field. The Orioles do have controlling interest over Rutschman through the 2027 season. So I would imagine that the Orioles will take him to arbitration this year, and he will be moved by the 2026 trade deadline for prospects. I think that's the only logical reason. If the Orioles, seemingly by this contract, are so set on having Samuel Basallo on this roster, why would you give him 8 years, $67 million to sit around and hang out behind Adley Rutschman? And why would you hold on to a top 10 catcher to sit behind Samuel Basallo? It doesn't make sense. Unless one of them is gearing up to play first base moving forward, I don't think Adley Rutschman is going to be an Oriole much longer. Obviously, he's going to be an Oriole the rest of the season, but come off season, he's going to go to arbitration, and I don't know what's going to happen with him after that. Trades, possibly. Or the Orioles just let him go to free agency and skip arbitration. I don't know if that's something you can really do. That's super, super intricate, and I don't know. But either way, Rutschman's future, in my opinion, is in question in an Orioles uniform without a doubt now. I really don't know where he could go or what he could do other than move positions if he wants to stay in an Orioles uniform. 7MM Sports is your hub for all things Seven Mountains Media Sports. You can watch the latest of Sports Talk with Steve Jones episodes. You can find what station you can listen to your favorite Penn State sports team on, and you can even get live social media updates all the time. All of these things are available along with every single show produced by Seven Mountains Sports over at 7mmsports.com. You got Toronto on top at 76 and 54 in the East. Boston is 71 and 59, 5 games back, and the Yankees are 69 and 60, 6.5 games back. The Rays are 62 and 67, 13.5 back, and the Orioles are 59 and 70, 16.5 out. In the wild card, Boston and New York are in as of today. In the Central, Detroit has the lead in the division, 78 to and 53. The Royals are behind them at 66 and 64. They're 11.5 out though. The Guardians are 64 and 64, 12.5 out. The Twins are 59 and 70. They are 18 out, and the White Sox are 46 and 82, 31 games out. Out west, you have Houston on top, 72 and 58. The Mariners are right behind them, 3 games out at 69-61. The Rangers are 65 and 66, 7.5 out. The Angels are 61 and 68, 10.5 out. The A's are 60 and 71, 12.5 games out. Seattle Mariners are the cutoff right now for the wild card. The Royals are 3.5 behind them. Cleveland is 4 behind them, and the Rangers are 4.5 behind Seattle. This is going to be a race to the finish line for playoff contention. Genuinely is. If the Yankees keep playing defense the way that they have been, they're not going to make it. Like they are not going to make the playoffs. The Mariners are going to jump them. The Royals are probably going to catch them. And from there, they're going to really have to fight to get themselves back into contention for the playoffs. Because at this rate, they're probably not going to catch Toronto. And they may not even catch Boston. They might not. It's really going to be a tough month and a half-ish for the New York Yankees, but it's going to be a long drive for the Seattle Mariners because I know they're pushing for the division. They want the AL West, and they want it badly. When it comes to the National League, however, the Phillies have a 6-game lead over the Mets, and they are 75 and 54. The Mets are 69 and 60. The Miami Marlins are 60 and 69, 15 games out. The Braves are 58 and 71, 17 games out. And Washington is 53 and 76, 22 games out. In the Central, Milwaukee, first club to hit 80 wins. They are 81 and 49. The Cubs are behind them at 75 and 55 at 6. They're 6 games out. The Reds are 67 and 63, 14 games out of first place. The Cardinals are 64 and 66, 17 games out of first place. The Pirates are 56 and 74, 25 games out. When it comes to the West, there is a new leader. The Padres are 74 and 56. Dodgers are 73 and 57, 1 game out. The Diamondbacks are 10 games out of first with a record of 64 and 66. The Giants are 62 and 68, 12 games back. And the Rockies are still a team in the MLB, in case anybody forgot. They have 37 wins and 93 losses. They are 37 games out of first place. That is ugly. Wow. That's a problem. I don't know what the Rockies are going to do, but they got to figure it out. In the wild card picture, the Cubs have a 5.5 game lead. The Dodgers have a 3.5 game lead, and the Mets are the cutoff. So we have the Reds 2.5 out of the wild card spot. The Diamondbacks 5.5 out of a wild card spot, and the Cardinals are 4.5 out of a wild card spot. I don't know who's going to pull into there, but I really think it's going to be Mets, Dodgers, Cubs as of today that are landing in the wild card. It's going to be down to the wire. It really is. It's going to be a hard long couple months for some of these teams in the National League. Milwaukee seems to really be pulling away, and they might set themselves up pretty solidly heading into September to maintain this lead and make a strong push into the playoffs. When it comes to our stat leaders, you have Aaron Judge still on top in batting average with 326, Jonathan Aranda 316, Jeremy Pena's 304, Bo Bichette 302, and Freddie Freeman at 301. Hits, Bo Bichette has the lead with 162. Trey Turner has 159. Bobby Witt Jr. has 150. Manny Machado has 146. And Luis Arias has 145. Home runs, Cal Raleigh is 47, but I saw a couple notifications that he's hit a couple already. I think he's up to almost, I think he's at 50. 50. Let me check my Twitter. It's still up there. He's at 49. He's at 49 home runs now. Kyle Schwarber is behind him, 45. Shohei Ohtani has 44. Aaron Judge has 40. So does Eugenio Suarez. With RBIs, Kyle Schwarber has 109. Pete Alonso has 103. Cal Raleigh is 100 and something. I don't know how many RBIs he has from today. Eugenio Suarez has 98. Riley Green has 94. Pitching wise, Paul Skeens leads the way in ERA with a 2.16. He picked up a win today. That's good. Tarek Skubal is second with a 2.32. Hunter Brown has a 2.36. Garrett Crochet has a 2.38. And Christopher Sanchez has a 2.46. Strikeout leaders, Garrett Crochet on top with 207. Tarek Skubal has 200. Zach Wheeler has 195. Logan Webb has 180. And Dylan Cease has 178. Wins leaders, you got Freddie Peralta at 15, Garrett Crochet at 14, Max Fried and Carlos Rodon and Nick Pivetta at 13, and there is a lineup of guys at 12 in saves. Robert Suarez still has the first place spot, 34. Carlos Estevez is 33. Trevor McGill and Andres Munoz have 30, and Josh Hader and Jeff Hoffman both have 28 to round out the top 5. Stay up to date on everything going on in the sports world by heading over to 7 Mountain Sports on Facebook, 7 Mountain Sports on X, on Instagram. We are on all of your favorite platforms, and you do not want to miss out on a single thing going on here at 7 Mountain Sports. Storied pitcher and player of the week this week is Lin Chinsei from Asia Pacific Little League. He crushed it. I was so impressed by what he did out there today. I had to give him the award. He played unbelievably. He threw a no-hitter into the 5th. He allowed 0 runs on 5 innings of work. It was unbelievable. His pitching performance in the Little League World Series Finals was incredible, with tons of pitches, 75 miles an hour or faster. He had Nevada late on everything, and then would just throw a nice little slider, and they were thrown for a loop. He was incredible, and he also gets the player of the week as well. He had a triple in the bottom of the 5th that really locked up the win for Asia Pacific. That was a 3-run triple. 3 RBI triple. Unbelievable. This whole tournament really has been incredible, and he has been performing very, very well, both power approaches and contact approaches. The Chinese Taipei team as a whole is very well coached, and you can tell by watching them play defense. Also, they are very similar to all the other teams that come out of Asia and Japan, and like Korea, Japan, China. They are very similar in that they are extremely disciplined with their approach at the plate. Very, very disciplined. Chinsei was clearly a huge part in this team's success, all leading up to Williamsport and throughout their time in Williamsport. He is unbelievable, and I hope that he has a very bright future ahead of him in the sport of baseball. He is performing very, very well in Little League, and I can't wait to see him sometime, somewhere soon, playing professional baseball, because I think he has what it takes to do that and achieve that dream. He's playing really well, and I hope he can just keep that momentum going and continue to grow as a young ball player. Games of the week, or games to watch this upcoming week, I got 2 series that I want you to keep an eye on, and that is the Phillies at the Mets. This is going to be incredible. It's going to be a tough series. These 2 teams are always must watch when they are on the field, in my opinion. Number 1 and number 2 in this division, with big players that make big plays on both sides, defensively and offensively. The series is, in my opinion, going to show if the Phillies are going to be able to lock up this division early, or the Mets are going to make it come all the way down to the last game of the season. That's what I think this series is going to mean for these squads. Then I also have the Padres and the Mariners. Both of these teams need a series win. They need it. Bottom line, they both need to win this series. And the Padres just jumped into first place in the NL West, and they're going to need to keep that momentum going if they are going to maintain a lead. Because if they don't keep this energy up, they don't keep this productivity up, the Dodgers are going to reclaim first place by the end of next week. They're going to do it. It's the Dodgers. They have the stars. They're going to do it. The Mariners are scrapping for their chance to claim first place in the AL West, and they need this series badly. So no one is going to go down without a fight. Everyone's going to be swinging for the fences. Not saying that they're all going to be trying to hit home runs, but everyone on these rosters is going to be giving 150% through this entire series, because they both need the series win, if not the series sweep, because that would help both clubs even more. But that is all I have for you today on Scorebook Stories. Absolutely incredible day for baseball. Incredible time of year for baseball. We have a lot that we still have to get to in the series, and September call-ups are just around the corner. So stay tuned right here on Scorebook Stories for all the updates in baseball.